Hey everybody, Sprocket here. Time for the next installment of the Chronicles of Malibu. So, obviously, as you can see, some work has been done off camera. I didn't do it, so can't blame me. Now, my brother and my dad were working on the suspension here, and they got new lower control arms, as you can see. They got the new torsion arms, as you can see right here. Oh, and the white stuff, that's white lithium grease. It makes sure that those bushings are lubricated so they don't squeak. Helps them last a little bit longer too. They also got new sway bar end links, got those installed. So none of the bolts are tight. I know I've said this before in some of my other videos. When you're doing suspension work, what you want to make sure of is you have the weight of the vehicle on the suspension before you tighten it. So that way it's sitting where it needs to sit and you don't have to worry about these bushings breaking or these control arms down in here, right down. In the past I've had problems where the bushing around here, I tightened it down with the suspension not, the vehicle weight not on it, and I've actually had these kind of things break. It's not good when you're running down the road that breaks and it snaps a brake hose. It's never fun. But, yeah. Just got to make sure, like I said, leave the stuff loose till you get it up into place, put the weight of the car on it, tighten it down. So that's that. We also picked up here, new fuel filter. You can kind of see here. Good old AC Delco. Okay. And new fuel pump. It's one of those things where we got the tank out. We have no idea how old that pump is. If it's original to the car, probably a good idea to replace it. So, yeah, I'll bring you back when I get some more work done underneath and show you my progress. Alright, well there's today's rust pile. Got most of the rest of that cut out, did some cleaning up. Gonna get some rust treatment up inside of there. And unfortunately, that's probably gonna be it for today, because we found more than I bargained for back here, as we're being blinded by the light back there. This is a little worse than we were expecting. I ain't touched the other side yet, but it's not going to be fun. I haven't touched that yet either. When I touch that, that's going to be ugly. That's going to be a mess. So yeah, so much fun. See, this is why a lot of guys don't want to touch this kind of stuff. They just go, nope, I'm done. I'm starting over with another car. Because this takes a lot of time. And a lot of patience. And a lot of cut knuckles. And a lot of burnt fingers, too. When you get to welding. Anyhow, that's going to be it for this. At least today, anyway. Might take another crack at it tomorrow, don't know. If I do, we'll see you then in a couple of seconds. If not, thanks for watching and have a good one. Alright, it's the next day, and, well, as you can see, I've been working on the back here. Ever ask yourself the question, when is enough good enough? Layer upon layer upon layer. These unibodies. There are 3 layers here. You got this main support brace for the bumper. And then there's this back piece, which used to be tack welded to this. And then you got this outer layer that comes down from here. While over here, this inner layer that was tacked to this comes up. It's part of the trunk, as you can see. Now this it's really thin, and there's some holes in it. I'm debating on how I want to fix that, if I want to fix that. I'm not sure I want to even cut it off, but I'm probably going to end up doing it anyway, because, yeah, we could just caulk it, but it's not really going to stop the rust. But at any rate, so I cleaned up in here, as you can see, just till I got some clean metal, so that way we can clean this up, paint it, recaulk this seam down through here, stop that rust. I think for today I'm going to pretty much call this is what I'm going to get done, because I went to the junkyard this morning And we picked up, I'll show you here in a minute. Hard to see, but that mess right there is basically the body wiring harness. It goes from here inside the car, both sides. It goes back, and then underneath the front seats, it goes across. There's no plug in between. It's all one piece. All the way back. Goes up and over. Goes under the deck package tray. So it's because for the speakers, it's for the third brake light, there's 2 relays up in here, it's for everything that's up here. Comes back, this side just exits right here at the tail light. The other side does the one that comes up the trunk lid over here for the power disconnect, or unlatch. You can pop the trunk from inside the car. Also goes down for the tail light, and then comes across here to the middle for the tag light. I want to tell you, that took probably 2 hours-ish, because we had to completely gut the entire interior as far as the stuff that was attached to the floor in order to remove that, and I still ended up having to cut wires over on that side that snaked up in behind, up against the firewall. Nearest I can figure out, at least half of them are strictly for rear speakers. I think the other 2 might be like interior lights or something like that, but either way we can splice those in. Everything else we were able to unplug. I also found out on this car there's a fuse block on this side, inside the on the side of the dash, and on that side, which both have to get unbolted. I tell you what, this is one more reason why I will, if I can help it, I will never own anything that's 96 and newer with all of this extra freaking wiring. And the other thing we got, remember I told you that the rear bumper support was rotted out? Check it out. Bad lighting, I know, but right here, it's just hard to see. Let me open this door. There's a little bit of light coming in yet. Yeah, that helps. Got the sun. This, as you can see, it just so started bubbling, but this is where the other one had started rotting out, and then it just basically spread the whole thing all the way across. This one, we figured out, was a replacement from on the car that we bought it off, or removed it from. Somebody had already replaced this on their car before it made its way into the junkyard. So, this is a replacement, not a factory original, which is why it's kind of this black color and started rusting so quickly, is because this is the EDP coating. They never painted it before they installed it. They just said, oh, it's black, I'll just throw it in and, you know, it's good. It's already painted. No, it wasn't. Because I found this out on my Suburban, that EDP coating, if you don't scuff that up and throw some actual paint on it, it doesn't take long before it starts rusting. But what I didn't show you was the old one. I don't know if it's still here or not. I think it is. So I'm going to take a look over here and see if it's still here. Well, here's the actual rear bumper cover. Boop. Yep, there it is. So we got stuff covering it. This is the foam padding that goes in between this and the support. So if we slide this up out of the way, clunk. Now you can see a little better what was in the car and why it needed to be replaced. Big hole right there. So yeah, that one was definitely junk. But we were very blessed to find one that was in good shape. We just need to clean it up, throw some paint on it before we install it, and then that'll be good. But let me just say it like that. Where's that? There it is. Don't want to leave the air hose hooked up because it stops the door from closing all the way. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, I'm going to show you this real quick too. I got the part over here that I was working on earlier. Whoops. Would help if I would point the camera the right way. I put some of the rust reformer coating on there. Did my best to get down here to make sure. And I got the inside as well, as you can see. It's kind of hard to shoot it through the holes. But yeah, see in there, all the way down through here. But yeah, I coated that. Now, of course, where I have to weld, I'll have to kind of sand that off. But I wanted to get something on that so it wasn't just bare metal anymore. So that'll keep that from getting worse. Hopefully. But yeah, so you can see this from the other side. This is what I started showing you first. Get a little closer here as I get in my own light. Yeah, here we go. Turn that. Yep, there you go. And you can see the holes in it. So it's right there at the bend, which is why I said I'm kind of debating on whether or not I want to actually do something with that or not. I probably should. I really don't want to. Rust repair sucks. But in order to have a vehicle that'll work and be legal and safe, this is what we got to go through. Anyway, so that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.